Well, I'd say it's a good day for a road trip. I'm headed to Atlanta, Georgia. I'm going to pay a visit to Jonathan and Rachel Logan. Now, they say they've got a garden shed that's just got to go.
Today, with a little help from me and my traveling carpenters David Schulte and Scott Haynes, we're going to replace the old storage shed with a new solar garden shed.
Yep.
Wow.
And as you can
That's
see,
been
it's
here a while, huh?
It's a little rickety, so
yeah, and the doors kind of were just leaning up.
It's a certain character, though.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
There's a part of me that doesn't want to tear this down.
Yeah.
But then there's the other part of me that looks up here and sees all the rust and goes, I think it's time to go.
Step one in building our new shed is clearing out the old one.
How many weed trimmers have you got? I think this is the third one I picked up.
that one died.
This shed is so full that a few members of our TV crew pitch in to help. In the process, I discover something I never want to see. Gasoline in a glass container.
This is extremely dangerous.
Is it really?
Yeah.
The glass?
You don't have kids here, but if this were to drop and it was near, let's say, a hot water heater,
Yeah.
big time
right.
fire explosion. So never stored in a glass container. Yeah.
I'm going to put it
Approved
It was
gas
a-
can only.
A temporary solution.
Like this one. Like this
Yeah,
one right that's sitting
exactly.
here. This would be a good thing to put it in.
While our disposal phase continues, the delivery truck from the local home improvement center has arrived up front. The new shed, manufactured by a company called Handy Home Products, comes as a kit, complete with instructions and everything you need but the tools. But before the new shed can go up, the old one has to come down. We start with the roof.
We got a ton of pine needles and dirt and vines up here, and we're never going to get this lifted off unless we take them off. So who wants to go up?
I think Jonathan
that's
does.
good.
Yeah,
Okay.
I liked him.
All right,
for
you
sure.
insist, Jonathan.
Yeah.
Now be careful, because I don't know what's going to come down with that. We've already
Yeah, no
uncovered
kidding.
a lot of ants, so you might get some more stuff up there. Look at that. Yeah, I'm surprised. Well, I guess this could take a lot of weight. There's something called a living roof, you know,
Yeah.
where you grow food.
Yeah, I've seen
You had a
that.
missed opportunity here. You could
Yeah.
have done carrots up there.
Yeah, right. You're right, actually.
Now, we could remove the roof and disassemble the rest of the shed by backing out hundreds of screws. However, many are badly rusted. So instead, we'll cut the shed apart using a reciprocating saw. It's easier and a lot faster.
Okay, you have to make a couple decisions here.
Okay.
This is called a solar shed, which means the one side of the roof are these glass panels. So you have to decide where you want those oriented.
Okay.
Generally, you want to put them south because that gives you the most amount of light in here. But you have some aesthetic considerations, so you may want to see the glass panels from your house. So you have to decide that.
While Jonathan and Rachel decide on the orientation of the shed, my crew unpacks and organizes all the parts. The first step is to build the four walls. We lay the studs out on the concrete slab, spacing them at 16-inch intervals. Now we need to attach them to the top and bottom plates.
Well, we're going to be doing a lot of nailing today as we put together the walls of our shed, and we could do all that nailing with a hammer, but instead we're going to use nail guns. Now, I know what you're thinking. Nail guns are professional tools. Well, not so today. You can buy a starter set, for example, that includes a compressor, hose, and a small nail gun for around $200. Or you can rent these from tool rental shops. The whole works. Now, they come in a number of different styles, shapes, and sizes. This is a framing nailer that I was using right over here. These two are finishing nailers, usually nails with a very small heads. This is a roofing nailer here, drives in very short, large-headed roofing nails. And this last one doesn't even require a compressor or hose. It uses butane, and a small explosion inside the cylinder drives the nail into the wood. Now, modern nail guns are safe to use. They've got a lot of safety features built in, and they'll save you a lot of wear and tear on your shoulder, elbow, and your thumb. Okay, everything's laid out here, ready for you guys to start nailing. Now, what I've done is I've given you some marks here just to line everything up. This is in the center of the stud. Then I carried this line up, across, and down the other side here, so you know exactly how to line this up.
Once all the wall sections are assembled or framed, we cover each one with exterior wall sheathing, attaching it in place with rust-resistant nails. We repeat the process for each wall section.
All right, we're about to cut some strips of 2x4. They're called sill plates. This is pressure-treated lumber. It's going to go around the edge here, and the building is actually going to sit on this, and this will be bolted into the concrete.
Oh.
After measuring each one to the proper length, Rachel cuts the sill plates using a power miter saw.
This is a special drill bit. It will drill through both wood and masonry. I'm just going to go through the wood and just going to mark the position on the concrete, okay? Also a hammer drill. Hear that?
Yeah, what's a hammer drill?
Well, it's hammering at the same time it's drilling. Okay, see the dust?
Yeah.
We know we've hit the concrete.
Once we've drilled through the sill plates and made our starter marks on the concrete, we remove the boards and drill each hole with a carbide-tipped masonry drill bit. This tape on the bit serves as a gauge to ensure that we end up at the proper depth. Next, we drive expanding anchor bolts into each hole, align the holes in the sill plates with the bolts, and tap the sills in place. Nuts and washers secure them.
No.
No.
Okay. One down. That's not going to go anywhere, huh?
Once our sill plates are installed, we cut off the tops of the anchor bolts so that they won't protrude through the bottom plate of the wall. Next, we bore shallow holes on the underside of the bottom plates to allow them to slip over the nuts. In order to do that, I first mark the location of each bolt on the side of the bottom plate. Then make a measurement.
Now what I'm doing right now is measuring the back set. That's the distance from the edge of this board to the center of that bolt. And I'm going to transfer this up here, make a mark.
Jonathan and Rachel take turns drilling shallow holes at each of my marks. Finally, we set our first wall into place.
Just give it a tap with your toe, Rachel.
Like that?
There you go. Okay, back a little bit, Jonathan.
With Jonathan and Rachel both using levels to make sure the wall remains plumb or perfectly vertical, I install a temporary brace to hold it in position.
Oh, God.
All right.
Scared me
Let
to
go.
death. I wasn't expecting that.
Well, the nail gun might have startled Rachel a bit at first, but in no time she's gotten comfortable using it to attach the wall to the sill. On the exterior side of the wall, Jonathan nails through the sheathing and into the side of the sill plate.
One wall up.
Woohoo.
3 to go.
With one wall up, we move on to wall number 2, using the same method.
Wall number 3,
Right.
otherwise known as the short wall.
Yeah.
Good shooting.
Okay, coming up.
And now we're installing the first of 4 roof trusses. We attach them with rust-proof galvanized screws.
Oh yeah, that's sturdy.
Got it? Mm-hmm. Okay, should we go for number 2?
Our kit comes with spacers, which we drop in between each of the trusses. The spacers eliminate any guesswork and ensure that the trusses end up in precisely the right locations.
You can see it, the whole village would show up to help you do this.
Yeah.
No, you really could get it. A lot done in one day. Okay, I'm on.
Here you go, Ron.
Few drops of rain. I'm hoping we can make this. It would be so nice to get this roof up. All right, this is called a stringer. It's going to sit right in these notches on the rafters here. It's going to do a couple of things. It's going to form the top of the framed opening for the window panes, or the glass panes that are going on this side. It's also going to allow us to tie these rafters or trusses together here on the top. Are you ready?
Ready.
Next, we hold the rear gable in position, and no sooner does Jonathan nail it into place when a rainstorm breaks out. Now, plastic sheeting isn't exactly what we had in mind for a roof, but for now, it'll have to do.
So during this rain delay, we're going to bring you the 1972 game of the Cubs versus the Pirates. Either that or we're going to show you an old episode of Andy Griffith.
Oh, we should be
We'll come back to you in a half hour.
reruns of this old house, or what else?
No.
What a celebrity.
During this
death match.
rain delay, we're going to be bringing you some classic episodes of The House Doctor.
In a few minutes, this storm has moved on, and after changing into dry clothes, Jonathan and I get back to work. We nail the front gable into place, then attach our first section of roof sheathing.
One side of the roof is a roof.
Our shed kit comes with several pieces of decorative trim, fascia boards which cover the ends of the roof trusses, and
One door, sir.
Now we move our attention back to the roof. We're installing a drip cap designed to prevent water from seeping into the edge of the roof sheathing.
Let's get some roofing paper. We're going to start here at the bottom and we're going to overlap. Always put this row down first, then overlap the next one and the next one. Again, so that we have the paper overlap like this. As the water rolls down, it'll go from one to the next and not go up underneath the one below it.
As we lay down our roofing felt, we attach it in place with staples. Next, we begin putting down shingles, starting at the bottom edge where we install a double layer. Each shingle overlaps the course below and is held in place with 4 roofing nails. The nails are placed so that the heads are concealed under the next row. With the shingles up, we move on to the roof windows, which are what make this a solar shed. First, we run strips of double-stick tape along the tops of the roof trusses.
Now we just want to set that right on top of the tape, Jonathan. Okay, fitting? Beautiful. Now this is a metal trim strip right here with some holes drilled in it. It's going to do 2 things. It's going to cover up this gap between the windows, and it's also going to apply downward pressure to hold the windows in place. Matter of fact, this is all that's holding the windows in place. But it'll be plenty.
Finally, it's time for the finishing touches.
Wow, now this is a shed.
Yes, it
huh?
is. Yeah, it's
Oh boy, do I
fabulous.
like the way this turned out.
Yeah, I love
Complete
the
with
thermometer.
thermometer. Yeah. Hey, and here he is.
Hey, how are you?
Bonsai man, huh? You know, the way you were tearing into that shed and ripping it down and wielding that nail gun, I never would have taken you for a bonsai guy.
Me neither. To be quite frank.
He had to learn patience. It's been a good hobby for him.
So how was it for you building this?
Oh, it was great. I thought this was a lot of fun. I'd like to do it again. So if we have another project, we'll be sending you a letter.
So now my question, which I like to ask a lot, is having done this job, do you feel a little more confident in taking on the next one?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So long!
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Ron.
You're welcome!
Looking back, it's really amazing that such a good-looking structure came to us in a box. Unlike the dilapidated and rusting shed that used to stand here, this one adds beauty and value to the property and is every bit as functional on the inside as it is attractive on the outside.